What's going on, guys, and welcome back. And today we're going to talk about A and B split testing. Now, what is A and B split testing and why is it important? We focused before we talked about how important it is to keep your opt-in pages constantly converting high enough and not to worry about your traffic. And here in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly why you need to do that. I'm going to show you how stunning sometimes results could be. So let's have a look. What you guys can see on my screen is the 4 capture pages that you were able to import before. I already created a variation on a few of them, and a thank you page. Now let's hop on to something that I've created, and this is a capture page, a quiz page that I've created, and to test out different things on it. So it's the same page that you guys have, but what I've done is I've took it separately, and I wanted to see if I can increase the conversion of it and what the results and what the different results on it are right now. So now that we're in the funnel, let's click on stats. So now you can see I have the same page but 2 different variations of it. And how split testing works, how A/B split testing works, is when you send people to your capture page or to your whatever page it is, you're able to create a split testing, another page almost identical or a different page or whatever the case is. And what ClickFunnels is going to do, it's going to split your traffic. It's going to put one person, it's going to show one person this page and the other person the other one. The control and the variation. The control and the variation is going to split your traffic to 2 different pages at the same time, so you could see which one is performing better. And you could see that in stats. Now in stats, you could see the 2 pages that I have right now in the funnel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this page here, and I see the control and I also see the variation. Now what I could see right here is that on an average this page is converting at 47%. Now the control page is converting at 71%, but the variation is converting at 35%. Now this is very, very important, because now I have identified that out of every 100 visitors that I send to each one of those pages, one page is going to capture 71 leads. The other page is going to capture 35 leads, which is a huge difference in marketing and sales and everything, right? Because the coolest part, it's the same traffic source and it's the same budget that I spent on sending the traffic, but one page, exactly the same traffic, one page is going to capture 71% of the traffic, the other one is 35% of the traffic. And this is very, very important. Now this is why it's so important to test your different pages to a variation page, right? How to do that, that's very, very simple. I'm going to go into it, but you guys could see how important split testing is. Now let's look at the 2 pages. So this is the control page. You can see it's exactly the same page that you guys have, only one thing is different, and it's the headline up here. The headline up here is the only thing that is different, right? And let's look at the variation, right? The variation, again, it's exactly the same page, right? But what's different is this one sentence, right? So one sentence here is different than one sentence. So the fact that this sentence, the fact that this question is here, and the fact that this question is here, this is the only thing that is making this page convert at 71% comparing to the other page that is converting at 35%. And this is very, very important. So now that we know this and we created a variation, now that we know, what should we do? First of all, you go to steps, okay? Now this only has 21 clicks, so 21 clicks is a very low number. It could be all sorts of randomness, friends, random people on Facebook. It's not necessarily a full amount of traffic that you send to this page. So I always recommend watch your pages till they're 100 and then make the hardcore decision of get rid of this and not get rid of this. They might end up being actually the same. Right now one page is at 75, the other page is at 35, but when we run 100 or 200 clicks, they might actually be around the same. So you want to let it work to anywhere between starting to look at it, I would say anywhere between 50 to 100 clicks before you even actually make any changes. Now when I identified that the variation actually, well, sorry for the word, screws me over on traffic, all I gotta do is I gotta remove it, and then 100% of the traffic, I'm going to apply the changes, and 100% of the traffic is actually going to go to the page that is converting the higher. Now, you want to constantly have it on 50%, and you want to constantly keep on testing and constantly keep on learning what's wrong with the page. Okay, and that's the whole point of split testing. Now I know that the control is at 71%, but let me see what I got to do now. Is something very simple. I just got to go. When you identify this, all you got to do is you got to go and take this sentence and copy paste it to your variation, right? When you change that one thing, what's going to happen is automatically the variation is going to start going up. Now you know that you have both pages, they're on the same level. That's the high converting page. Now you can change the next thing. Maybe change maybe I should change this little sentence here, or maybe change a little bit the colors, or maybe change the background. There's a lot of things you can change, but keep in mind that you change one thing at a time, because when you change one thing at a time and your page conversions go up or down, you know exactly what one thing made those conversions go up, and it's easier to make a decision like that. Now you can split test any page in ClickFunnels, your order pages, capture pages, webinar pages. You can split test any one of those to see which ones gets you higher conversions. You constantly do that. How to do that on your pages? That's very, very simple. Within your little funnel that I gave you with the 4 pages, you're gonna go to one of those opt-in pages, and all you got to do is create a variation button. And you're gonna find the split testing, click the variation. Now you have 2 options. You can create a duplicate page from the squeeze page, the same page that you already have, or you can create another template. Now you can definitely create a brand new page and make a stunning new page, but then you won't know what exactly is making the conversions go up. Okay, you could do that. You can split test. If you have 2 good pages, you can split test them, see which ones are better, right? And then when you decide which one is better for your specific target or for your specific tracking, right? When you decide, you gotta do a variation to that and change one little thing, because that one little thing you just seen could be a huge, tremendous, double the conversions, just changing one thing. So not necessarily you need 2 brand new pages or 2 absolutely different, just one thing at a time can make your conversions skyrocket. So I always recommend create a duplicate page from the original page and change one thing. I hope I said one thing at a time enough times so you would understand that you need to change. Well, this is actually 2, but one thing at a time, okay? So now, when you're gonna create a split testing, all you gotta do is very, very simple. Now you have these 2 pages. Now, it won't start it right away. You gotta go and edit your page. So what I'm gonna do in the variation is I'm gonna take what headline worked in my top performing page, and I'm gonna put it right here because I know it performs better because I already ran traffic before, and I know this is about 50 to 60% conversion. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna go to this page, and I'm just gonna put this sentence right here, and when I run traffic to it, I'm gonna test it out because I'm changing this one thing, and that's it. I changed one thing, and now I know what thing exactly is gonna make my conversions go up or go down. So now when I run traffic to these 2 pages, there's one thing that is different, right? If that one thing creates higher conversions, I know that I should change both pages to have that one unique thing, right? All you got to do now is click this button, start your split testing, and apply changes, and that is absolutely it. And now you have the exact same page, changed one thing, and if that thing goes up, make sure that both of your pages have that one thing. What can you change? You can change literally anything in pages. You can change the font, the color, you can change the different boxes of your opt-in, you can change the layout, you can change the background colors, you can add images, remove images, you can do and add up all these things and remove. But keep in mind, no matter how well or how many things you change and what you do, the best way to do it is change one thing at a time. Run traffic to it. If it performs better, change it on both pages. If it performs lower, find what performs, bring it back to what it was, right? So it's very, very important. That's why ClickFunnels is doing that. You're able to do that, and you're able to track and make higher conversions. Now, below this video, you're gonna get my quiz pages, so you could actually see. I'm going to give you this funnel as well, because what I've done here is not only I created a variation for the squeeze page, I also created a variation for the thank you page. Okay, so the thank you page, again, you could see that if we pop up the thank you page, and this is the first one is the control. This is the control. It has a sentence in the middle, and the variation doesn't have that sentence. So keep in mind, right, that when people are opting in, and why did I do that? I want to see how many people can I get to click on this button. Now, is that one sentence enough to get them to click, or maybe not, right? And you could see that all that within the stats. You can see exactly which pages are performing better and how well they're performing. Keep in mind, even your thank you pages, when you're splitting them up, you see in this particular case, they both are in the same time, so they're not giving me too much love over there because there's no opt-ins. So you can do that. You can create different variations. You can see what people are clicking on more buttons. If you have a tracking system that you use, for example, if you use ClickMagick, you can track exactly which clicks are coming from where, and you can know exactly which buttons are clicking better. So that's very, very important. I'm going to give you these two pages. So click on the button, download these two pages. So you would have them, not these ones, but you're going to get my variation pages, my video quizzes, so you can see, so you can have a page that's converting at 71%, which is this one. And I'm going to leave you the variation so you could actually test it out. I'm going to leave you this variation, test it out on your traffic, see how it works out for you. If you have one sentence that is performing, if your variation in this particular case is performing better than the control, change the control to that one. Have fun with it, play with it, and it's important that you constantly keep on split testing your pages. So I appreciate you once again for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.